You okay?
Turn that shit off, man.
You good, bro?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, We Are the World is trash. It's not even up for debate anymore. You know what I'm saying? Man, let's see who's in the building. Did you catch the verses last night? Young Trissels.
Hold on. I had a lot of. All right, my bad. I had to fix the audio.
All right.
Oh shit! Hold on, cuz.
Oh, this nigga.
What happened?
Hey
Oh, okay. So say something, bro.
Yo, check.
All right, cool. My bad. I had a little audio confusion going on.
Fact. Somebody said how Sway make the world a better place. What was We Are the World even lending awareness to?
I have no idea.
Just making the world a better place. In the 80s, you would get some shit like just a don't worry, be happy. Just random. Just random encouragement.
You remember that movie that had like LeBron James and like God, what's her name? What's that? She's a comedian. I can't think of her name, bro. It just had all these celebrities. It wasn't great. It just had mad people in there. That's We Are the World. It wasn't a good movie. It's just a lot of people there.
That's what We Are the World is. It's an action-packed cast of a movie that sucks. That's exactly what We Are the World is, bro. But
yeah, I don't think y'all could change my mind on that.
Did you see the verses last night?
Bro, I saw clips. I ain't gonna lie. I meant to watch it and I was out riding. I got a bike, bro, and I've been out here on the trails, dog. That's all I care about. I get up, go ride my bike, get up, go ride the skateboard, come back, do some work, ride the bike.
So you missed the verses. Well, that's all right.
I missed it.
Let me sit back, take a seat. Let me tell you all about it. Let me tell you all about it. Also in the chat, y'all can let us know. Hold on. Aid to Africa. That's what it was. All right, We Are the World. Get out of here.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, that's a good cause, but still.
No, it was a great cause. And it was a smash, which is a hit for the time. Don't get me back into my definitions, but it was a hit for the time. But you put on We Are the World right now, man, I'm gonna smack your Zoom MP3 player out of your hand. Get that out of here, smoking.
Get that fatback iPod out of here.
Back stuff.
The silverback.
What was he talking about? Okay, verses. Let me tell you what it's all about. I'm gonna hit the highlights and backtrack for you. Rick Ross, chest naked, getting a massage for way too long. 2 Chainz with strippers creating slippery, hazardous conditions with money on the floor. Those were the highlights of it, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like most verses, it went better than I thought it would. Meaning the matchup was not bad, and through a lot of that, I was listening more for Chainz than I was for Ross, which I did not see coming. That was dope, but Ross got a massage for way too long, bro.
I saw that clip. I was like, this feels awkward.
Slim, my man did the awesome song that called for maybe a chest naked massage video shoot type of vibe. Song went off. My man's still getting the rub down.
I saw clips.
Yeah.
Oh, first I got to give a shout out to my dog Esud. Esud is the guy that was DJing for 2 Chainz, right? So before I moved to Atlanta, I used to live in Greensboro, North Carolina, and craziest time of my life. I only lived there a year. It was the wildest time, and it was Esud was the popping DJ in the clubs out there. So we came to Atlanta, like not knowing at the same time. So when I moved to Atlanta, I go to this Travis. This is how you know at the time. Travis Porter was there. It was a video shoot for Travis Porter, and he was there. I'm like, bro, what you doing here? So ever since then, always good people. He's 2 Chainz tour DJ. First person I know that was on Versus, like personally, like you know what I mean, like
right.
So shout out to him, man. I was just excited to see that. You know what I mean? Just knowing somebody and seeing where they came from to being on Versus and DJing. So I had to shout my dog out.
Man, well, shout out to him, and I could also see the fear on his face as Rick Ross got a massage for over the allotted time limit of massages.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Listen, so he gets his rub down, doesn't stop. 2 Chainz goes and awkwardly does his song. Rick Ross is back doing his song. He's still getting a massage. The chick who's obviously not a massage therapist at all is just rubbing him down. I was like, bro, what's this like 3 rounds? You been getting this massage, man? Put your shirt back on. But
yeah, I saw strippers there. It was just a very interesting, very interesting verses.
Man, I will say, shout out to Diego App. What the fuck is over there?
Hey, Young Diego just had a record to come out, Young Gashi.
He did.
Diego's
I saw that.
Killing.
I saw the cover at first. I thought it was a picture of Diego at first glance. I was like, whoa, my man did the photo shoot. I was like, oh no, it's the artist joint. But shout out to Diego, man, for his placement. So anyway, Chains, just like I thought, the verses, it let people know who didn't know or reminded people Chains got a super dope catalog.
Oh yeah, his catalog is crazy.
Yeah, it's fire. Rick Ross left out a lot of joints too.
I kept seeing, what was the one that people said, did the 2 Chainz play Duffel Bag Boys?
He did.
Okay, because I kept seeing comments like he ain't play it, and I was like, yo, how could he not play that?
Nah, he definitely played it. He definitely played it, bro. But anyway, who else saw the verses? Please leave your comments about the verses in here. It was cool, bro. It was all right. It was cool. I didn't order it, but I got it. It was all right. It tasted all right.
It's like Jake Paul versus Nate Robertson. It's like, I don't know if I want this, but I'll watch it. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Yo, speaking of people versing other people, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, give it to me.
Oh, Mike Tyson. I'm scared to be in the room with Mike Tyson. I'm not scared of many, bro. I grew up fighting. If people don't know, I grew up boxing, doing taekwondo. Like, my whole family fights, right? That's my family business, is fighting, right? So I'm comfortable around, bro. I don't want to be in a room with Mike Tyson. I'm terrified of that man. That man, it scares me for some reason. I mean, obvious reasons. Yeah. Roy Jones is great, but Tyson is gonna kill him.
Yeah, that's a fact. But if it's pay-per-view, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay to see it.
Oh yeah,
I want to see it. I would like to see an old dude fight, mad change on the ground. I want to see it. I want to see the whole shit, bro.
Does the old add to the appeal? Like, oh man.
Yeah. Wait.
Over 40.
Brando 2 Ross says Ross won. Hold on, chat going crazy. Brando said Ross won, but Change. He held his. Yeah. He had some hits, bro. He definitely had some hits. He was like, yo, I got a plaque. Every song he plays, I got a plaque for this one. I got a plaque for that one. Mm-hmm. Real quick, going back to the verses too. 2 Chainz, of course, had the most personality of the night, which makes it kind of dope. You know.
Oh yeah, 2 Chainz, man. I could tell you, one, he's very smart, like very intelligent dude, like to the point where you wouldn't think he's that smart. Like, he's very intelligent, and then he's swagged up. He's definitely got both of those.
Yeah, Ross was just kind of chilling. You know what I mean? He was being Ross, you know. Real bosses do real things. I rub my beard, I talk about it, you know, Wingstop. That was pretty much what was popping with Ross. So 2 Chainz, he provided most of the commentary. It was just good to see.
Thought I had a lazy eye.
Facts. Letter L Beats, what up, bro?
Hey, Letter L, what up, bro?
Yeah, he dropped a dope video. He put out a video yesterday where he was bigging up the art of transition. So, man, shout out to him, man.
Hey, shout out to Letter L.
Letter L is superstar, man. He was out here exposing people last week.
Dang, for real?
No, not exposing people, but the way he shot back at Homeboy. What's wild, yeah. You know, wild ass Homeboy.
Oh yeah, Wild Boy. Yeah, and he did it so like professionally. Like, I feel like Letter L could double as like a lawyer.
Let me tell you something. You don't went too far with a black dude when he start talking to you and he touched his heart with the crab claw. Letter L did that joke.
He gave him that look.
Black man. Yeah. I was like, bruh. Bruh. First of all, right on. And second of all, Homeboy, you better fall back a little bit. So yeah, when you see this, yeah, it's real.
Oh man. Oh, someone says hello from India. Yo, shout out to India, bro. Hope y'all are doing well.
Facts.
Thanks for tuning in.
Facts. Shout out to India. It's another place I want to go. I think.
Yeah,
we can't go anywhere anyway. So
bro, the Rona messed up everything because I had all these goals to travel. Bro, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the grocery store, dog. I don't, bro. I order all my groceries delivery.
That's a fact. Well, first of all, they about to lift the travel bans. You can go anywhere you want, but I don't think they'll let you in though. You could go, but you're gonna have to sit out. You got to sit outside in the plane. and wave at everybody. They ain't letting you in, bro. So
bro, I need to go to Miami and I need to go to LA, but I'm not going.
Facts.
I feel like on the Wolf of Wall Street, he's like, I'm not going. I'm not leaving.
Nah,
that's me.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Somebody asked me to go somewhere last night. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So here's a question that we got here. The question is, what contributes the most to making sales selling beats online? Your opinion.
Ooh.
My opinion, brand. Like, even if you're an unknown brand, you have to come across as a brand. And by brand, I mean by the simple definition of looking like you have your shit together as a company or as something professional that I can support, because then it makes me look towards your quality. And that's the second thing I think you need. You need quality. You know what I mean? So, once you get the eyes, you got to give them something to look at. And then, of course, your product has to be quality. But I think those two things, and really it's a mix of everything, marketing and, technical, that we're not going to get into here because that's a long conversation. But I mean, off the break, I think brand is very strong and quality super strong.
No, that's real. Like, I used to not understand the value of like design and like logos and stuff like that, but it's one of those things. If your logo looks good, your website looks good, people trust you. Like, I buy wine strictly off of the label. Like, if I don't know what wine to get, I just look at like, yo, what's designed the best? All right, cool, that looks good, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? And so I mean, the same thing applies to like websites and like whatever you're doing online, because that's what people are seeing of you. So you want to make sure that it looks good. You want to make sure, it's presentable. It's got some cohesiveness to it. And a lot of things too is the offer. I mean, we always talk about like the offer, but I just feel like online, man, everybody does this whole like everybody sees one person being successful and they just copy that and not understanding why they're successful with that.
Facts,
and so it makes this weird, like, watered down kind of, but it's like, yeah, if you have a good offer and your stuff looks good, I feel like you'll be successful. But
good shit.
You gotta be cool with being a little different.
Yeah.
As Oracle says, be different, be dope. You know what I mean?
Ain't that the thing though? Everybody talks about being different, but the least instinctual action for a lot of people right now is to be different.
It's very weird, bro.
I mean, off the rip, just from a human psychology standpoint, it's the unsafe feeling thing to do a lot of times. And I think people want to feel safe. So if I want to do something, I see somebody do it and I see them do it successful, the safe feeling is, all right, I mean, just do what they did. But hey, man, you got to dare. You got to dare to be different.
It's weird. I was talking to my older brother, and he was talking about how he hates TikTok, right? And I'm like, it's like TikTok is. I can't front. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm obsessed with it. Like Vine was my joint. TikTok now is like, bro, that's all I do is watch TikTok and Reels all day when I'm like just sitting around chilling.
Yeah.
But he was saying like everybody does the same thing, and I was like, I mean, that is a good point. Like, but the people who like do well are the people who do different stuff. They find the trends, but they figure out a way to make it their own. Exactly. And that's what I look for in anything. It's like people who are doing a trend, but they figured out how to like branch off and do. But everybody who does the same video over and over, I be like, it's kind of pointless, bro. Like, it's nothing original about it. So I think, people just got to be more willing to like, all right, cool. How can I take this and apply it and build something on it? And, even though it is the same thing from a trend, like, all right, cool. How can I build on? How can I put my thoughts on top of this? And then I feel like you're way more successful. But it comes with having confidence to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but if you look at, speaking of following blueprints, if you look at the blueprint, the people that dare to be different or took things to make it their own are the people that saw the most longevity and are the most recognizable people in that field. And isn't that what you want? Don't you want to be a super recognizable figure in a field where everybody's just jumping on? But if you could somehow, by branding or just by being a more reputable person, just be seen like, you want to be the Kleenex of it. You know what I mean? It's a million types of tissue to blow your nose on, but Kleenex is the brand that everybody wants to know. So Yeah, but I hope that answered your question about what contributes most to selling beats online.
Yeah, marketing is where it's at right now.
Facts.
If you don't know about marketing, please study, because you will be behind.
Facts. Smoking had a good question. He says,
Smoking.
do you feel that there's too much that you can post on IG? And also, has there been any noticeable difference to the algorithm?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
algorithm definitely changed.
Oh yeah, the algorithm is a constantly changing thing, and I don't think that's by accident. I think that's by design. And let's not get into like the ad portion of it. The algorithm within itself on the feed is changing consistently, as well as the algorithm for the ads behind the scenes, which is changing twice as fast and twice as drastically as the feed algorithm, which is outrageous. But yeah, the algorithm has definitely changed, and you can post too much on Instagram, but it's about what too much is depends on what you're posting. Like if you're posting the same exact thing all the time, if you do it a couple times a day, it could just be way too much. But if you post different types of things throughout the day, then that same amount of times might not be too much because the content is varied and diversified. So yeah, so you can definitely post too much online, and it just depends on what you're posting, how fast you hit too much or not. And yeah, as far as the algorithm goes, it's changed noticeably. So now I'm gonna ask, what have you noticed about the change in the algorithm?
I mean, from the beginning, dog, the timeline was different. How stuff was even shown on your, depending on who you followed, it was different. Now it's very like, even with Facebook, it's not really organic reach. Like they want you to pay to get to certain people. So even if you post, the only way that it sees a lot of people, your post like gets to a lot of people is that a lot of people commented on it early. Or they like
the first
it early.
hour or something like that.
Yeah. So if you got like, that's why memes do so well, bro, because people like them and they comment and they talk about them. Exactly. So that boosts your engagement and it goes crazy. I have memes that I've made and they go crazy, but it'd be like a regular like post where I get nothing on them sometimes. So it's like you got to figure out how to finesse and like, all right, I'm a jab with the memes and then I'm a right hook and throw something in there, because then your followers is up more. You're reaching more people once you do those memes and you do these other content where people are engaging in. And then when you right hook, it's like, all right, cool, I got a bigger audience for that.
But I feel algorithm wise, like once people start doing more of that and it works, that's when they change some shit up again.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like that. The way I'm noticing how the algorithm changes, it's like, all right, once you finesse or you get close to finessing, it's a whole new thing. And that's what I was saying, like with the ad side of it, it's even more so because there's so many variables in that. So just know that when it comes to marketing and advertising and social media shit, just know that it's not a set it and forget it type of adventure. You're gonna have to keep testing, keep changing, keep shifting, keep doing new things every day, or else what will work in February is not gonna work by the end of March or the end of April.
And this is just advice. And this is me talking to myself. Anytime a new social media platform drops, this is the time where you should be on it. And like when TikTok came out, I just didn't get it. So I understood it, but I was like, this seems like it's for kids. So I don't understand how to make content for this. So I just stayed away from it. But now that TikTok is potentially going to be banned and Reels just dropped, I encourage y'all, even if it's like something small, make Reels, try it out at least. Because right now what they're looking for is content. And so anything, since it's so new, they're boosting whatever is like going to be funny. So if you make something that's funny, they're going to boost it. They're pushing everything to the top because they want people to be involved in it. They want you to, you know what I mean? That's how the algorithms work. It's like, all right, if you're new, all right, we're going to boost these so people get that likes and they keep coming back to the platform. So if you're going to try it, this is the time to try Reels. It's, what is the other one? It's another one that's supposed to be like TikTok. It's called Bites, I believe.
Bites.
Yeah.
Is that, wait, have you seen Cinny?
No.
It's like a whole nother social media type of thing. It's super. If you want to be super experimental, go check it out. I don't even know if anybody's on it yet or if they will be. But Reels is dope. Speaking of TikTok, do you think TikTok will be banned?
Yo, I don't want to get on no super like political stuff, but I just think it's so weird that, you know, like it's that whole government Mark Zuckerberg entanglement going on. Then all of a sudden Reels drops, and then Trump is like, you know what? 45 days if y'all don't sell it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's fucking wild that you can tell somebody from another company you should probably sell your shit to America.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, you should do that.
I think Microsoft's gonna buy it. Microsoft don't have anything besides LinkedIn.
They have no reputable social media. Yeah, LinkedIn is like super niche in what it does, so it really doesn't count.
And the thing with Reels is that the thing about TikTok is that TikTok it's native, so it's like the For You page, which is like stuff that they think that you would like, and then your followers. Right. With Reels, it's not organized good enough. So it's like when I'm scrolling, I just get a bunch of random stuff. But sometimes I don't want random stuff. I want people
you want the best of the best.
Yeah. So it's like it's no way to kind of separate that. So until they figure that out, I feel like it's not gonna work the same as TikTok.
So TikTok. So you're making Reels all weekend?
Bro, I ain't even front. I've been making Reels. I got some on deck.
I know it.
Oracle, you spoke to stuff. You kept saying like, man, you gonna start making stuff. You know who like inspired me was Larry O.
Oh yeah. Larry gets in there, man. Shout out to Larry.
Yeah, and then like you gotta think, man, for music, bro, so many records have popped off because of TikTok, bro. Like, if they get rid of that, that's gonna hurt the music industry. Because all these like new random artists, they get millions of plays off of this joint.
TikTok is kind of like the new strip club in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, at least for Atlanta, strip clubs be break a lot of albums. TikTok is now like the strip club for the world.
Bro, I can't even front.
Shit.
I miss like making a record and then it's like, yo, we're gonna go to the club, we're gonna pay the DJ, they'll play.
Facts.
And to see how to react, bro. One of the best days of my life came from just happened to be around a big artist, and he recorded a single, and he's like, you know what? I'm about to spend $50,000 at the club. It was a great night, bro. One of the best days of my life came from that.
Not 50,000. I got a good guess as to who that was.
Oh yeah, it was great times, bro. Especially when you go to the club and it's not your money. Those are the best times.
That's a fact.
That's the only time I'm spending money. It's like, no, not mine. All right, cool. I could risk this.
Oh man, hold on. I think we're getting some Ben Trappin' love. We haven't even talked about that at all. So High Mind said, yeah, they kill every Ben Trappin'. I have 3, 4, and getting 5 in 20 minutes. Hey, appreciate it. So in case y'all don't know, Young Trizza and I have released the 5th Ben Trappin'. That's right, Ben Trappin' 5 came out today. You can get it on SoundOracles.net. You can get it on the producerkit.com. Dope ass drums, dope ass loops. If you get the deluxe version, it's stems, it's MIDI chord progressions, it's MIDI trap, hi-hat loops. Man, listen, it's a
whole heap of them.
It's just a whole heap of creativity. So it's out today. In case you haven't gotten it, hit up SoundOracles.net, hit up the producerkit.com.
Yes,
grab yours today. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I know we've been on a whole social media tangent. I saw, hold on, was it Smoking? He says, because he don't see growth on his following. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Damn. I don't know why my phone keeps closing, like the app. That's weird.
Oh, sure.
But he was saying he doesn't see growth, right? I had to force my hand in growth. Like, you remember I had a hard time getting past a certain point, and it was again partly my fault because I didn't take advantage when I should have. Right, I knew how it worked. I was just too caught up in doing other stuff. I didn't take advantage. And then if you look at where Oracle is at, and then you look at where I'm at, we started the same time, damn near. I just didn't do some of the stuff that I should have been doing. Right, so I missed on a key point. But then I was like, all right, I'm determined to get to this. I'm gonna get to 10K. That was my goal because I was like maybe 2 off. Now I'm maybe 4,000 up, in the past 2 months.
It gets easier, right?
Yeah, it gets once you get past 10, it gets way easier. And then 2, I don't want to I can't get too into it, but you have to force your way in there. Like I ran ads to boost my stuff. Like I made myself get to this point. And like a bunch of different stuff. The giveaways help, all that stuff helps, but it was very intentional because they're not gonna make it easy for you to actually get there.
Nah, they're not. One of the best things that you can do is be consistent.
Yeah, that's real.
Be consistent and diversify your content a bit. Not so much that it's not all under the same umbrella of whoever you are, but if you only have one type of thing that you constantly post, unless it's like the most amazing shit in the world, just kind of have like 2 or 3 types of videos that you post. And one of them, the easiest thing, one of them could be memes. As filler, everybody likes to laugh. People like memes. So that could be one type of thing you post. But I think diversification in content is overlooked a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing more overlooked than that is the most obvious thing, which is consistency. If you do it a couple times, I think I post 3 times a day. 3 times a day, certain stuff on different days of the week. And then that leads to the first inkling of predicted growth, where I can predict how many followers I'll have by the end of the week, just based off of what I post and how I post it. And it becomes a numbers game. I mean, if you think about it, you're dealing with algorithms. Algorithms are simply numbers. So the way you move has to be rather calculated. And then shit will kind of start to line up if you think that way. So mainly just be consistent, diversify your content a bit.
That's real.
Yeah.
Someone says, do you think TikTok is going to turn to an Instagram? I think it's going to be, different, but I think Instagram is going to become how like we look at Facebook. Like when I think of Facebook, I'll be like, yo, it's the older crowd. It's like my aunts and uncles. I feel like Instagram is going to move into that slot. Facebook is going to move to where MySpace is, and then TikTok is going to be the younger. Facts. And then something else is going to come in and it's going to push everything out, and it's going to be the same cycle.
Facts. Nothing's here forever. Shout out to Dr. Love. He's in here.
Hey, yo, they just dropped a video, bro. I had to call him.
I know it's wild.
Bro, I saw the video. I called him. I was like, bro, this is amazing, dog. This is I rock with well, I was about to call him by his real name, but yeah, Dr. Love, that's my dog, man. I always appreciate working with him because he's like cool with making wild stuff. Like he don't, you know how some people be like, I needed to be radio, I needed to be this. He's like, yo, let's just make something and then we'll figure it out. So that's why I always enjoy working with him, because it's not that pressure of, we got to make a radio smash single. He's like, yo,
nah.
If it's weird, let it be. We're gonna just cook up.
Bruh, they wild.
Oh yeah.
They wild. And he's a wild guy. I almost called him by his name too. He's a wild guy. Yo, if you haven't, man, go holler at Dr. Love and just see. Man, I haven't even seen it myself. I'm about to check it out tonight because I know it's some wild shit that I got to see.
Oh, bro, I was in here cracking up. Please, yo, if anybody needs to get on TikTok and Reels, it's y'all guys, man. Y'all make very TikTok Reels friendly stuff.
You know what? That's a good point. Damn. Please. Yeah. Y'all get on that. Get on that.
Did you see Swiss Beats throwing out the Kanye versus Drake versus?
That's exactly what I was about to ask you about. Dub, that's a good one.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
No, hell no. It's definitely not gonna happen.
Because they got beef.
Yeah, they got real beef, and one person's running for office. Man, it's just a lot going on right now.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, bro. But I feel like Drake is definitely taking that one.
Well, I was gonna say, hold up. Hypodermically speaking, I want everybody in the chat put who you think who would win the Drake versus Kanye versus, because that's actually a good matchup that I'm surprised it's taken. You don't hear about it enough. Okay, that's just not how we. It's not how we doing it.
It's gonna be a good one. I feel like it would be the closest one.
You think?
I feel like because if we especially you gotta think features, right? Feature wise, Kanye got an unfair advantage because he's got the Jay-Z records. You know what I mean? He's got that kind of stuff. Anytime you can pull out Jay-Z records, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's a little unfair. But when it comes to hits and features, I feel like Drake has a bigger catalog because Drake is more hit driven to me than Kanye is. Kanye is more artsy in certain points, like I'm doing it for the art. You know what I mean?
But who has more hits? If you think about it, who has more hits?
I think Drake. Well,
okay,
it goes back to
wait. I'm about to hit you with a series of questions, and we're gonna drill down this because this is a good topic to me. So okay. So who has more hits off the top? And by the way, y'all keep putting who you think would take it in Kanye and Drake.
Okay. Here's the question: does Kanye production count?
No. And the only reason I say that is because any other time that production or writing counted, the other person in verses could also play that card.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we talking traditional hits, Kanye definitely has bigger, but as far as like stuff that held the test of time and stuff that still slaps that people would recognize, I feel like Drake is gonna kill him.
What is Drake gonna play when Gold Digger comes on?
I mean, I feel like you could throw a Hotline Bling on there. I feel like
okay, true, you can. Both songs are hits. One got more, is a bigger record.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Drake has I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think I would rather listen to Drake music right now. But if it came down to a versus who I think would win, because you got to think they both got so much that they have to drill down to the best of their best shit. So if you get both of those people to drill down to 20, what does that 20 look like? And I think that could go either way, bro. You know what I mean?
And well, here's another thing that we gotta equate for. I feel like almost with the Fab and Jadakiss, right? In my mind, I'm thinking Fab is gonna kill it, right? But it's the setup and I feel like I don't know if I trust Kanye in those situations.
Now you're raising a good point. Now, I don't know if it's about the man and not so much about the music.
Drake is the most calculated person when it comes to releasing stuff, playlists. If I had to pick someone who would do like in that setup, I'm going with Drake because I have more confidence of how he thinks in those kind of situations. I feel like Kanye might do some wild stuff. He's going to play some records that might be great, like 808s and Heartbreaks, but in that situation, I don't know if it's going to translate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn. Wait, Smoking Aces said, are you playing Tootsie Slide? It's a hit.
And no, you can skip that one.
I
could do without that one.
You better not show up with that joint.
I could do without that one.
Bruh. Kanye gonna play Jesus Walks and get that up out of here.
I don't know if I want to hear Jesus Walks in a battle. I'm not even gonna front.
I don't either. But I just think if we're going off of sheer impact, which a lot of people are, impact wise, Jesus Walks, you could bring that to the battle. First of all, I never want to hear Jesus Walks. It's never an appropriate setting to hear Jesus Walks. It was one of the things like when it came out, like facts. It's never the time like yo throwing that throwing that JW. No, not gonna happen. But
Pierre McNabb says I think Throne would kill Drake. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I listened to Watch the Throne the other day on some random. Yeah, that album's still tough as hell, bro. That album is incredible.
Bro, listen.
Bro, I
think Kanye got enough. Because listen, he got hit. Both of them got hits. Kanye got hits. Kanye got classic hip-hop records. Drake has records that are becoming classic songs, but Kanye just has more of a shelf life to where songs have become... Because if you go back to college dropout shit and graduation shit and all that, it's a lot of like classic joints in there.
Right. And
Drake just didn't have anything of that. I don't know. It's crazy. I definitely want to see that though. And we getting like 50-50 here. People saying Kanye, people saying Drake.
I feel like it would be the closest one. I feel like the only person that could just destroy either one of them is Jay-Z. Jay-Z could beat either one of them easily. Like Jay-Z can play stuff from only like 2007 and beyond and beat both of them.
Who can't Jay-Z beat? Who can't Jay-Z beat?
I don't think it's anybody.
It's nobody. It's nobody. If so, put them in the chat. But I don't think it's anybody that Jay-Z can beat. I mean, Jay-Z can't. Records written for them, but Dre more so has records written for him. And Drake, as you just pointed out, writes for other people, whereas you never have heard about Dr. Dre writing for anybody else. I'm not saying he never has, but you've never heard about that. So
I love that story how Snoop talk about Jay-Z writing Still Dre.
Yeah.
And it's like when you listen to it, you can kind of hear it afterwards.
For sure.
But then it's like at the time, I had no idea.
Yeah, Still Dre, The Watcher, of course.
Oh yeah,
it's a couple of them joints. This is a couple of joints you could peep. You could peep Dre in. I got a wild segue. If you want to hear the most transparent, when somebody writes for somebody, they kind of adopt the first person style.
Right.
The most transparent version of that, and this is going to be kind of wild.
Is it Ross and Dwayne Wade? I'm sorry.
All right, listen, man. Because as I'm saying this, I thought about that song, and I was like, I'm not even gonna dignify that with being a real song. But yes, you're right. But Puff's album, what album was that? It was Puff's album. It was dope. Not the first one, not No Way Out, but the other one. Pharoah Monch from Organized Confusion wrote a couple songs for Puff on there, and bruh, I've never seen somebody else become another person. If you know about Pharoah Monch and you listen to those Puff songs, you're like, wow, he just really like became this dude. It's like the most transparent like passing on of genes I've seen from writer to artist. It was kind of crazy.
Until you pointed out
press play, exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Smoking. Yes, Pharoah Monch wrote at least 2 or 3 songs on that album, if not 4, and you could just hear it on every single song. But as you pointed out, the Dwayne Wade, Rick Ross joint, that was definitely the most transparent you could see from rapper to basketball player.
I felt like they only had like 2 hours to cut that. They was like, we only got 2 hours. We gotta make this work.
Hey man, certain albums, man, Ross gotta stop doing that. Dwayne Wade joint, that, August joint. Shout out to the August joint, but Ross shouldn't have been.
Who else Ross wrote for? It was somebody else that he was writing for. I know T.I. wrote for Bow Wow, but I feel like it was a situation like that he was writing for.
You said that Ross was writing for?
No, I know T.I. wrote for Bow Wow, but I feel like it was another situation that was kind of like that, where Ross was writing for like someone young, and I was like, it sounds like Ross.
Yeah,
I'll have to look it up. I'll get back to you guys on that one.
All right. Smoker said The Future. Yeah, that's one of the songs on Press Play that's like the most obvious, where that nigga just sound just like Pharoah. Nas wrote on Press Play too, and it's pretty transparent. Yeah, Puff is just like,
I don't care.
Nah,
which I appreciate it, bro.
The 2 best people that I think wrote for Puff was 2 of the best. Big, of course. He never sounded like Big, for real.
Right.
He just always sounded good with Big. And King Los wrote a few joints for Puff, and I know what some of those joints are, and I could hear it. And it's a disconnect between who wrote it and who spit it. So those are 2 of the best for him, man. But shout out to Puff and shout out to Dre, who were never afraid to be like, yo, people write for me. I'm not.
Yeah, I respect it, bro, because again, like I had a moment where I was songwriting. I've never been the greatest at songwriting. I've always been better at making beats and stuff. It's like if I was gonna do a project, why would I pick the decent that I could do when I got all these people around me that can do great? You know what I mean? And then most artists, bro, I've seen people be so upset when they realize Chris Brown's not writing every song, or like, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, that's how this industry works.
Yeah,
everything besides rap that 9 times out of 10, the artist is not writing a song, or they're not writing it completely by themselves.
Yeah, songwriter's a job, man. It's a thing that you've heard about plenty of times before. That's why it exists. So yeah, they're artists, they're songwriters. Sometimes artists write, but a lot of times, it's songwriters. They're writing camps. Nothing but just rooms full of songs being cranked out by some great songwriters.
When's the last time you went to a writing camp?
Bro, it's been quite a minute. When the last time you been to a producer camp?
Man, I got invited to one actually coming up, but I'm not going nowhere. So I'm not doing it. Yeah, producer camp. Only thing I don't know how deep we want to get into producer camps, but
we can go there.
Only thing I've been in situations. Not all producer camps are like this, but what they do is they put you in a producer camp. And they figure out a sound, and then they just get all the big producers to like, all right, this is the sound. All right, go ahead, remake these joints.
Yeah, go on do that.
I hated that, bro. Like, come on, dog, don't do that.
Yeah. I've been to some trash camps before. I've been to some dope camps too. But yeah, most of them was trash.
Especially with the placement game, it's like the timing is like critical. Because if you come in, if they've been working on this project for a year, 2 years, if you were at the beginning, you were about to get exit any moment. But if you come in at the end, you got a better chance of actually making it, because people fall in love with new records. You know what I mean? And then if your record is a year old, they done heard this a million times. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this is not, it's not the new shiny toy anymore.
Bro, if you hear that same artist is throwing another camp a year later, you can forget about your record.
It's a wrap. Oh yeah, that's definitely
about it.
Man.
Bro, I've been a part of at least 3 producer camps that they still talking about them albums coming out. And I'm like, oh, dog, this shit was like so long ago. That album is never coming out.
Bro. You know, that kind of changed how I even looked at the music industry as one of them. You know what I'm talking about. I spent time, dog.
Oh yeah, facts. I remember.
I spent a solid year and never came out.
Oh yeah, dog. I already know. One of the dopest camps I went to, man, I got to shout out to Jay, man. Jay, Jay put me on with this joint in LA, and I wasn't gonna go because it was like right before Christmas, bro. Like when I tell you, like leaving like almost Christmas Eve type style.
Oh shit!
But it was one of the dopest producer camps, and I got friends I made to this day that that I'm still cool with. So shout out to Jay, man. It was cool. It was the first camp I met Kanye too.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay. Last time I seen him, he was in London. I don't even know where he at now.
Yeah, shout out to Jay.
International man of mystery.
Yeah, I went to that joint. I met Kanye. Travis was there. It was a lot. Remember Watch the Duck? Watch the Duck was there.
Oh yeah. They from Atlanta.
Yep. I don't think Hit Boy was there, but I went to go check Hit Boy while I was out there.
Oh,
but yeah, it was a crazy camp. That was just a few people that were there. I was like, damn, I gotta shout Jay out one more time. That was a dope camp.
Yeah, producer camps. It's either they go great or they go terrible. But I mean, that's the music industry. You know what I mean? It's either gonna go super great or terrible.
Facts.
Oh, this is a random topic, but something to keep in mind for production. So I'm tentatively, I got one right in the chamber, right? And they asked me, did I have any splice, any loops from anywhere, and the proof that I purchased them. And I had never seen that before. So I didn't use anything for splice. I think I used one texture from Arcade, but I had to show proof that I purchased Arcade.
That's the wildest part to me. Not that they were asking about if there's anything from Splice or Arcade, but the fact that they are asking you to show proof of purchase.
So if you getting these bootleg sounds,
that's interesting, bro.
Yeah, you better be careful, because it's gonna open up a whole world of issues that you're gonna have to figure out, or you're gonna have to. I don't know. I don't want to tell people how to get around that, but
the crazy thing to me is Splice stuff is royalty free.
Right. But I think it's more of a clearance kind of thing. Let's see. BLEs. He says it's like showing your math in 8th grade. Bro, exactly.
Jesus.
I call Oracle bro, I've never seen this before. I'm thinking like,
show me that you bought this. Like, God.
Yeah, you gotta, and then to me it was so many questions because it's like, what if you canceled your subscription?
Well, that's when we were talking. That's what I was thinking about. I'm like, yeah, I used it. That was 3 years ago, whatever. I don't have that shit no more, or whatever. I use it. Let's say Arcade is not around for whatever reason. Don't wish that on Output, but let's say like in 4 years or 3 years, Arcade is not around. You got it from there. But like, what do you do in that instance? I don't know. But that's weird, bro.
It was very interesting. I was like, damn, I've never seen this before in life.
Yeah.
But
I've been asked to prove that a sound was royalty free before, like quite a few times. It's especially dealing with Polo. I would have to do a lot of proof for his stuff. And I'm like, no, it's from such and such or such and such, wherever. They're like, all right, well, we can't find it. Because it was always like rare shit. Like, we can't find that. So I have to find the person. So I'm used to that. But now it's like, yo, proof of purchase. Like, that's gangster.
It's real out here, dog. Yeah, it's real out here.
It's also a paper trail for more stuff now, too. So I guess, like, if you purchased it, how are you not going to have the proof of purchase? It was emailed to you. You know your email address. You know your email password. So therefore, you could always provide us with proof of purchase, Mr. Johnson. So get your email and send it to us. None of that bullshit about I brought it with cash. Like, no such thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and then just a tip, man. Always, like, even if you got to put it in like you rename the audio file. Like, say you work in Ableton, you can rename the track. Man, put the name of that sample. Don't be like me. In that time when I sampled something, bro, I had no idea what I sampled.
Slim, I was so sad for you, bro. I was super sad for you.
That messed me up from sampling, and it was one of them rare moments because I know it don't happen to everybody. Normally, it's like, very smooth, but it was so many things that went wrong. My hard drive went down, so I already didn't have the samples. Right, I lost like a time frame of beats. Then I had to get that sample cleared.
Facts.
So I really had to go back and like dig. So I spent like 3 days. I was calling Oracle. I was calling everybody. Like, please help me.
You wasted about a day and a half on me looking for it,
bruh.
I was hunting for you too. I was at least trying to think of who it was.
And then I was like, what was I doing at that time? And I remembered where I was going to get samples, and somehow I found it. I don't know how I ended up finding it. But it took me about 3 days of all day, and the song didn't get cleared after that.
That's a fact. Yo, let me tell you something. Hold on. First of all, let me check this time before I start telling people something. All right, we got time. Let me tell you something. I am a stickler for naming the samples. Like, when I sample something, I put the artist, I put the song, I put every single thing, because people call me years later. If I do something for somebody else, I really just do it for myself, because people are like, well, where's that from? And I could always be like, boom, here's the artist, here's the song, here's the label, here's the year, here's the writer. That's it. Somebody called me, Cannon called me recently for something I had done with him or gave to him like 7 years ago, bro. Like, a long time ago, but it just got on something. He's like, yo, what is this? And I was able to go back from all my years of meticulous notes, be like, yo, it's this, and it's that, and it's this. If not for that, the song when it came out, and it's got a super popping video right now. Go check out Benny the Butcher.
Oh yeah,
yes, sir.
I thought out here working.
Yeah.
Winzo, shout out to Winzo, yo, what up? She says, what benefit comes besides? Hold on, my screen moved. Besides networking, what benefits can you get from producer camps? Man, the networking is the greatest part, though. Yeah.
You said besides networking, so we'll kind of jump over that to answer the question, but we probably gotta get back to that. But I was just keeping yourself sharp, man. It's you know what you're using. Somebody might put you on. Well, it's still kind of part of networking, but somebody might put you on a plug-in or a synth or a technique or something that you might not have known about because you developed this relationship in this camp. It's just a lot of research and development, to be honest with you. Like, you get exposed to so many different workflows and different styles and different sounds that it's almost difficult to answer this question because there are so many benefits. Like you just get to pick up on a lot of shit. Like, yo, you could walk past a room and be like, yo, I never even thought about doing an 808, nothing like that. Or, you know, it could just be anything. It is a never ending idea factory. Every time I've ever come home from a camp, I wanted to get straight to it. Like just lock myself in for 3 days and just go ham. So it's inspiration overload is the way I would sum it up.
A lot of them are dope because what they do is they'll be like, I'm gonna put 2 producers together and these writers together.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have never ever worked with these people ever in life. So the ideas come out so crazy because it's like, you know, it's like new, fresh ideas. Like, oh, this person gravitates towards this vibe, and then this writer likes this kind of. So it's like y'all all coming together with people that you've never really worked with to, you know, to make something. Yes. So like Oracle was saying, you pick up a lot of stuff. Like I've learned, bro, so many little stuff. Like, oh man, you did that with the kick. All right, man, cool. Facts. Save that for the in the Rolodex. You know what I mean? And then you go back and then you just apply that different stuff. But the networking, to me, I've met some of the coolest people, bro, that I'm still friends with. Just, you know, from those situations of just like being in camps and just working and grinding on songs, and you know, it to me that's the best part. It's like meeting new people. I feel like the writer producer kind of situation is a very important one. And you know, I don't feel like it's talked about enough. Like if you could find a songwriter that you really vibe with, it would change your life. I learned more from songwriters about production than I have a lot of producers. And
that's a bar.
You know, and a lot of those came from one of my closest friends. I met him at a writing camp, dog, and like we had a run, dog. We did a lot of records together for like solid 3-4 years of just killing it.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Like it's people that I still rock with to this day. I just got off the phone with somebody that I met at that very same producer camp, bro. Like the connections that you make. It's like college. It's like going to college for a week or however long it lasts. And then if there's another one the following year or in 6 months, it's like going to a totally different college. Are you making totally new friends?
Smoking Aces says, would you guys do your own camp? I'm trying to figure out, because most time when you do it in a camp, it's for like a project. You know what I mean?
I would say right now, no.
I mean, especially with the Ronas and stuff. No, I'm super cool.
But one day, yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, do I have time for a tangent? No, I don't have time for a tangent. I was about to go on a real tangent. We got about 5 minutes. We got about 5 minutes.
I mean, especially in the beginning, guys, don't be afraid to, like how even I said that it's some camps and it's like I got bad experiences. I would still do the whole situation over again.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah. Like when I came to Atlanta, I went to every networking event. I went to every camp that I could go to. Anything possible related to production, I went there. And that's how I end up knowing so many people. That's how I can do some of the stuff, is because a lot of these people that I met through those situations, they end up popping off and like doing other stuff. And then you stay in contact and you be cool with them. And then boom, you know what I mean? Relationships.
I never went to a camp that wasn't fun either.
Oh yeah, they're always fun.
Yeah, every camp I've ever been to, regardless, the camp itself could have been trash for whatever reason, but the time I had was always good, and the people I met was always good. Shout out to whoever just bought Ben Dropping 5. But yeah, every second I've ever spent at a camp was always amazing, bro. Amazing.
Wenzel said, isn't Triz's birthday tomorrow? 808 day. It is. I'm getting old, man. It's catching up to me.
Bruh, that's right. Day. Bruh. Your birthday is tomorrow. Everybody, since we don't have a show tomorrow, everybody spam those hearts right now. Hey, for young Trizza. Come on, man. Hearts coming in, man.
Appreciate it, y'all. Love y'all, man.
I will play a song with the name Hearts in it if I could, but we'll get a strike.
Everybody sing me the Stevie Wonder happy birthday. Don't play me the corny one. I need the one with the soul in it. Some minor sevenths in that drink.
Even though the Stevie Wonder version does take 4 minutes for the words to actually.
Bro, that's the longest intro. bro, I got that drink on my DJ set queued up, and it skips all of that. It just get right to the point.
I'm like Stevie. He testing out the Fairlight right now. He's seeing how long you can make the sequences. We'll get to the words, I promise. But if you're older, you might want to sit down to avoid leg pain.
No, appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and I feel like I was destined to be a music producer because I was born on 808.
Bro, that's so crazy.
And my birthday is almost like perfect. If I would have been born the next year, I would have been 8888.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's too many eggs, bro.
Yeah. I'm eight up shorty, you know what I mean?
Damn.
But yeah, 808 day, man. I feel like it's destiny for me to, make beats. I didn't realize it until you said something. Oracle said something like, "Oh, your birthday is 808." I was like, "Huh." Didn't realize that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, wow, I've never been jealous of someone's birthday before. And I was like, yo, your birthday is 808.
Oh, Wenzel said I'm getting the Luke happy birthday. Hey, I will take that.
What?
Luke, anything with yo, shout out to Ayo and Keys, bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
So you want to talk about WAP or
we talk about it when we come back, because I don't know how much time we got.
That's right. Actually, we got a whopping 2.5 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut it so we can hurry up and come back, and then we can get right into that.
Shout out to Mingo. Oh, hold on, my bad. Mingo Vintage says his birthday was on the 5th. Hey.
Oh shit, it's my man. Shout out to Mingo, man.
Leo season.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Leo's in the building. That's all right. I'm in the season coming right after y'all. Don't even worry about it.
Yours coming up too.
Yep. I got a birthday coming up. But it's Leo season right now. About to grab that bench trap at 5 when I get off work. Man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. All right, so we about to get out of here. If you're on here, hey, keep spamming them hearts. But if you're on here, we about to jump off. We're gonna come right back for the second half, and we're gonna big up Leo season. We're gonna big up Triz's birthday some more, and we're gonna get into some more shit. So stay tuned later. YouTube, we are still here.
Omega, we're gonna answer your question in just a second. I was trying to say that one because it's a good question.
Oh yeah, to go. You want to open with it?
Yeah, we'll open with that one.
All right, I'm clicking a live right now, and I'll wait for you to come in.
I gotta figure out why my Instagram, it keeps like my screen kept going to sleep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh shit.
They gotta be an Apple thing, I'm assuming. The producer kid joined in here.
Don't hate.
Yeah. Smoking. There we go. Young Trezor, he's in the building. Wow. Go live with Trezor. Here we go. Second half, man. We starting it out. There it is.
Can someone do us a favor and put Been Trapping 5 now available? We'll pin you up. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Please. Been Trapping 5 now available. We will get that pinned ASAP.
Hi, said just got Been Trapping 5. Hey, appreciate you, my dog.
Hey.
I think you will be able to make lots of projects from that.
Of the trap variety.
It's going to be very trapping. And we had to change up the box because it was a Been Trapping curse. I don't know if it was the...
Bro,
I don't know if it's because we were just picking the most controversial rappers, but every time we would come up with a Been Trapping, that person that we like kind of simulated the box after would go to jail.
Yeah, they would go to jail or something worse. What happened to them?
Yeah.
So shout out to Young Jimma, man, real quick. Young Jimma Higas is in here, the composer for Orchestra Pit. Yeah, that was amazing. But yeah, everybody we would emulate for the box would either go to jail or worse.
Oh yeah.
It
was a span of worse, and we was like, yeah, it's not. So when I was getting a direction, I decided to keep the same art direction, but we just made some different stuff. It's not based off of an actual person.
Yeah. Wait, let's give some context. We're gonna give some context. We had a Tekashi 6ix9ine
box
type of box, and immediately that happened to him. We had the
Tentacion,
XX Tentacion box, and immediately
the
like
Kodak black box.
We had the Kodak black box. That's right. That's right. And it's not like something would eventually happen. It would be like immediately as soon as it came out. So yeah, we gotta wait for that.
Put Drake on it then? No, bro.
Nah,
come on.
stop.
We're not doing that.
Love you guys.
I don't wish nothing on anybody.
Nah, we ain't doing that. I love you guys. Thank you for that. Haha. Shout out to
Young Lou. What up, bro? My bro Lou. We went to high school together. He out in LA now, acting, killing it.
Oh man, Lou, you get these horns. You get these horns too, bro.
He knows Spooner. He knows Spooner very well. We're all from the same.
Okay. Lucy Lou. Yeah, for sure.
It's funny. Sure. Spooner got that effect, man. If you meet Spooner, you remember him.
Facts. Oral Soul V says, nah, leave Drake alone. Facts, man.
Yeah.
Leave the sixth God alone. Let's stop.
Hey man, I'm keeping it positive 2020. 2020 has been so negative. I don't want to put no bad will in it. I need all the positivity that I can
Slim,
get.
it ain't no room for no more bad will.
None.
Man, we are at a bad will limit right now. Fingerprints Productions is in here.
Hey.
Shout out to Fingerprints Productions. I remember a lot of people that followed me on my list for various reasons. I remember him because we were in line for a Popeye's chicken sandwich together. So yeah, shout out to Fingerprints Productions.
Big facts. Okay, so we got a couple good questions. Omega says, are transitions always a must in every song? And what are different types of transition ideas?
You know what? Transitions are not a must in every song, but they do add a little bit of spice. Yeah. I like transitions add a real good spice to things. You know what? I don't use transitions enough. And it was funny. I saw the Letter L Beats video this morning where he was talking about the art of transition from SoundOracle.net. And I haven't gone into that kit in a little bit myself because it came out a while ago and I abused it. And I'm like, man, you know what? I should probably get back to using more transitions. So that question really hit home to me. Transitions, they're not great for everything, but if you can remember to use them and they work in taste, then yeah, I think they're cool.
Just don't be using that Lex Luger.
Okay, so the second half of the question is what I was going to ask you for the second half of the question, which was which transitions are the best to use, and I guess also which transitions should you not use?
See, here's the thing. I use them, but I only use them in moments, right? Like, you know how it's like you trying to accent something, or like almost like how we use a reverse reverb. I use those in those situations. For me, transitions, I do a lot of drops and mute stuff out. But I don't use a lot of the swells anymore because I feel like sometimes it can, depending on how you use it and which ones, like the white noise ones and all that stuff, I'll use those. You can't go wrong with those. Those always work.
Yeah.
But those like the Jaquan Tipsy,
no, don't use that. No, Just Blaze.
No. I'm fighting you on site if you use them joints.
Nah, none of them joints. I always say you should use transitions that are different. It's easy to make a transition that sounds like plenty of other transitions. And I remember coaching someone on how to make transitions at one point. And I was just like, yo, just be different. Just be different with the transitions. That's all you need. You know?
Let's see. Okay, here's another one. John Smith says, how would you go about finding stems and acapellas for songs that you want to remix? Asking a label, the artist as a placement producer?
No.
So if you ask the label, they're gonna be like, one, you're not gonna get a response. It's a few ways that you could actually get those. So I didn't know this until recently. My brother, shout out to Just Be Man No DJ. If you're not gonna follow him at Just Be Man No DJ, his whole thing is he'll get the stems, but he got a special connection. I can't get those. Everybody can't get these stems like he got. Yeah. He has the whole sessions to everything. Michael Jackson records, you know what I mean? Like newer records. He'll have every part. But the easiest is to get the acapella. And it's plugins that you can use to strip the music from it. is, techniques you could do. You can invert the instrumental, and all of those you can find from like DJ record pools.
Yeah.
Most DJ record pools, they have an acapella section. I mean, you're going to have to spend a little bit, but they're fairly cheap. They're probably like $10, $20 a month. But if you're really doing remixes, you know what I mean? Something you can invest in. Or YouTube. I mean, I don't want to say go rip them, but
They out there though.
They out there. They're there.
They out there. DJ MacGyver's in here. He said, guess where? DJ MacGyver, he became quite the YouTube, not YouTube, but like internet digger type of guy. He knows where to find a lot of stuff.
He would always pull up with a sample or something.
Bruh, I got to have a little debate with DJ MacGyver. I was debating on if I was going to do it on this show, like just give him 5 minutes while I jump off with you and jump on with him. But two things. Number one, I don't know if he's available right now. Number two, I don't know if I got the energy. Honestly.
That 5 minutes gonna be 45.
Nah, I can't do 45 with him, man. DJ MacGyver conversation. It ain't short. It ain't short.
Oh, my bad. You was about to say something?
Oh, Fiction Live was gonna say, how do I make a dance mix for a song? I think that's a Trizza question.
A lot of times when you think of dance mixes, they cut out a lot of the, I don't want to say the fat, but it's only the repetitive parts. So that's what I would do. You know what I mean? Like whatever the catchy parts, cut out all the other parts, and you just want it boom, 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 boom. Because you think if you're in the club, it's very just energy. So to me, that's what a dance mix is. Just be careful, man. Don't do those dance. I hate those like DJs call them funky mixes where they have like.
God, that name got
the
me
best.
already.
The best example is, and this is gonna sound bad, but when Snoop was doing his verses, and you know how they would have like other songs like little chops of other songs, and it was like blended together, and it would be like 5 different. DJs do these things called funky mix. I hate them with a passion, bro. I'd be like, please don't ever play these joints.
Who named that?
But it's a whole company, and that's what they're called, funky mix, and that's all. If you ever go to like a high school dance or like a wedding, and it's those like remixes where it's like,
are we talking corny, like Fat Man Scoop type remixes?
Even cornier than that, where they'll put like "Let's Get Married" over like "Wobble," and then put like another thing. Those are dance mixes technically, but they call them funky mixes. They're horrible, and they'll add like drum beats to it.
Oh man,
it's terrible, bro.
I'm sorry to hear that. Young Jerry Nova's in here, man. Jerry Nova, I'm pretty sure he's somebody that seems well versed in what funky mixes are. Also, damn, I almost called him by his real name. Also, Dr. Love talking about DJ MacGyver, say, yeah, he's a lot, my guy. But yeah, he's always ready for an argument. Yo, that is a fact. That's why I was like, I don't know if I got the energy for it. But Jerry lives in Vegas. He said that's Vegas all day. The funky mixes.
Oh yeah. I hate him, bro. I hate him with a passion.
Yeah, never have I done a funky mix.
Steve E says, baseline philosophy, how to keep them moving. This is actually something that I was going to ask Smoking and, God, why can't I think of my boy name? Diesel plays the bass. Why can't I think his name? It's right there.
Av Brow.
Av Brow.
Yeah, Smoking Aces and Av Brow, yo. Those are our two in-house bass players.
Excuse me, Av, but I wanted to ask them because I want to get my bass lines a little more, but when I'm programming basses, I just think about how a real bass player plays. And I start looking at like what scales, how they play the scales, like the movements of that. And to me, that's what makes it. It's kind of like playing programming a guitar. It's like if you play just normal chords on a guitar, it's not going to sound right. You have to understand how the strings are on a guitar to get it to sound like a real guitar.
You got to play guitar chords.
Yeah, because if you play it on a piano the way like you think it is, it's not going to sound. Bro, I had this moment where I was doing all these guitar beats and Diego would be like, man, these joints are good. It's just something not right about it. And I didn't understand what he was saying. But what it was is I'm playing the chords like a piano player and not playing it like a guitar. But once I start figuring that out of like, oh, I'm gonna arrange it like this, and this is how I'm gonna re-invert the chord and do all this stuff, then everything sounds way better. And then check out Ben Trappin' 5. I went crazy on some of them guitars.
Bro, that is a fact. That's a super fact. That's a super fact. And also, I think I'll go into my hold on, let me make sure DJ MacGyver didn't say nothing crazy in here. Okay. All right, he's not ready anyway. All right. My plugin of the week, my Max for Live plugin of the week, you just reminded me of it talking about guitars. It's called Strum, which is really dope. And basically, yeah, as you can guess, you play a chord and it will basically strum it for you. Either that, I used to use that, but now I use random note delay, also Max for Live. There's a few of those, but I just use I think I've even made my own random note delay. But so you can play a chord and it'll just disperse the notes randomly. You can give it a maximum amount of milliseconds that the notes can be late, and it'll just place them somewhere in that range that you give it, and that gives your chords like a bit of a strumming sound. So
Fruity Loops got that also. They have a strum feature.
Nice.
Yeah, if you want that more realistic, you gotta definitely use that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's see. Smoker said something. He says, "Oh shit." It's very different going back and listening to a beat to a program. Well, it's very different listening to beats I program based on before I learned how to play. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'd be like, bro, what was I doing?
Facts. I imagine once you know the instrument, it makes you even approach that instrument differently. Even if you're playing it on a keyboard and not the instrument, you're like, well, I can't play it like that. I gotta play it like this.
And I feel like the people that like Knots, for example, I have no idea if Knots could play the bass, but my assumption is if he can't play the bass, that he could pick one up and play it great. Like he would pick it up quick.
He got it. He got it.
Because his bass line, just me listening to his bass line, I'd be like, bro, he gets it. He understands what the hell is going on.
Nah, he gets it. Like, even if you don't know how to play bass, like, he gets the feeling of it.
Yeah.
Hold on, we can take one more question. So this is what I want to do, bro. Because DJ MacGyver said he's in here. I want to give him, I'm saying 5 minutes. I want to give him 5 minutes. But first, I got to make a drink. I got to make a drink for him, bro.
Oh, gosh. Okay, one more question. It says, yo, Trizzle, what's the best way to get better at melodies? So, man, one, studying the greats, understanding,
nice.
Like, finding people that you like. Like, oh, I like Scott Storch because his melodies are catchy. I like the Neptunes because the chord progressions, and just picking people and then start like emulating, but not just, I wouldn't just copy them, but I would just practice. Like I would spend all day just like learning chords and melodies. Like, oh, this is the position that my fingers got to go to make this melody. This is what the common things are for that.
You could reverse engineer someone's song that you admire, and you'll gain a better understanding of how that works.
I don't know why my Instagram keeps doing that.
Damn.
And then two, what I would do is I would understand just the chords, bro, are like the main. I don't know if I'm here. Did it kick me out?
Oh no, you're gone. You are gone. Hold on. Trizza come back. Doing wrong.
Damn.
Fiction Live says listen to the Beatles. So I'm gonna bring Trizza back. You got the liquor sound effects going, yeah. Kind of close to the mic, I sound like Isaac from the Love Boat. It's all good.
It's so weird. It's like my it doesn't keep me up. Like I had to like pay attention and keep tapping my screen.
Damn, that's why you guys start setting the Pomodoro timer.
Man,
there we go.
But like I was saying, one thing that would mess me up is I would just make melodies like I would try to make the melody first and not figure out the chord progression. Now, no matter what I'm doing, bro, like chord progression first. That's the key.
Oh, always, because you could always make the melody out of the
and it's much easier to work that way than doing it the other way. But always chords first, because that's what writers are attracted to. That's what people love. And then even if it's like a angry simple trap beat that's like one chord, figure out that foundation, because then it'll help you with the bass line, it'll help you with everything else. So once you do those things, you in there.
Facts.
And practice 10,000 hours. Put them reps up, cuz.
He crushed it. He crushed it. All right, man. Let's see how much time we got left in this whole segment. All right, we only at the 17-minute mark. We good. So, real quick, Trizza, do you mind sitting back for about 5 minutes while our debate hits with young DJ MacGyver?
Cool. Only thing is, you gotta figure out this YouTube because I don't know if they're gonna be able to hear it.
Oh shit, that is right. Never mind.
So I don't know.
Never mind. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to hear it. Super Duper J is in here. I just talked about Jay in the last segment.
Just spoke you up. Where you at, dog?
I know Jay is like, damn, these niggas still talking about me?
Dog, we literally just spoke you up.
Yeah.
You in London still?
He's a London bloke.
Defo, bits and bobs.
Facts. MacGyver, I'll get you on at a different time. I forgot we also on YouTube. And the YouTube people wouldn't be able to see you or hear you, and they would just see me. And they would see Trizza just chilling.
I was about to go make me a drink too. I was like, yo,
that'll work out for you too. Sorry.
Or so Beat says, how do you feel about Unisong?
The MIDI joints.
Yeah, I'm only familiar. I think they just dropped something, but I'm not sure of actually how it works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never use that stuff. I don't know much about it at all.
But if you want MIDI, beat block MIDI pack.
There you go.
Over 2,000 MIDI files to help you design melodies.
Well, that's just ignorant. That's just ignorant. That's just an ignorant amount of MIDI files. Like, come on, man. What are you?
Hey, man.
What are you doing?
Worked out that way.
That's just real ignorant, man. All right, cool.
John Smith says, should I work on my brand, then start doing collabs with other producers? Because I send stuff to big producers and they use them and claim it's theirs to begin with. Can't afford a lawyer.
Listen, you just got to change the way you do business. But I wouldn't say work on your brand, then start working with bigger producers, because the problem that you're having has little or nothing to do with you having a brand or not. I mean, if you had a big enough brand, then maybe it could help. After they do something wrong to you, you can go back and tell other people. But to be honest with you, you should do both at the same time. But the bigger of your issues is what's happening when you collaborate with other producers. And that is the difference between how you're moving now and how you are going to move in the future after hearing this. It's just simply it's a bit of respect or a bit of diligence being lost somewhere in translation. So you just really got to change the way that you deal with them, or if it's a particular person, or if it's a certain person in particular, just don't deal with them anymore at all, and just start dealing with other people. Because what's going on with you has very little to do with brand, but yes, you should get your brand together.
Well, one, I would say, bro, study up on how this works, because, like, say for example, if you're a loop guy, right? I see the mistake that a lot of loop guys make is they be like, I want 50%, right? Which, again, I'm not one to tell people how much percentage to get. But you got to consider, if it's a bigger producer and you send them a loop, they're putting the drums, they're getting the placement, they're shopping it, it's their management. So you getting 50% of that doesn't necessarily make sense unless you have a brand and you're equal of value of that. You know what I'm saying? But you should be getting something. And to me, that says you're not upfront about what it is that you're expecting out of this situation. You're just sending stuff and be like, hey, please use it. Because I get them, bro, I get so many DMs. Here's loops, please use it. It's nothing about business. I don't know these people. It's just, they just sending stuff and they just want somebody to use it for something. You know what I'm saying? And I would change that. I would know how this business works. I would go in there like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. You know, I just need credit.
50%.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be like, say you would be like, I'll clear it. I get, 15 to 20 or whatever. I just need my credit and this, but I'll supply you with loops, bro. That's great. You know what I mean? Like, you could finesse that. And then saying you can't afford a lawyer, I feel like that is you're not looking into it, because some lawyers, depending on the situation, they'll take it off the back end. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to pay up front. And then saying
unless the producers you're working with aren't back end, like it ain't no back end. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like a lawyer is one of the things that you have to figure out how to afford. It's like paying your water bill. Like you can't say like I can't afford a water bill. Like no, bro, you need to figure that out. If you're gonna play in this game and you want to deal in that situation, you need to figure out how to have somebody look over your situation, because if not, they're gonna keep taking advantage of you. This industry, they're gonna take advantage of you until you know better. Until you know better, you're gonna get got. Yep. You know what I mean? So you saying you can't afford it. To me, you can't afford not to get a lawyer. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Like you need that to get to that next level.
That's a fact. You got to get a lawyer to work off a percentage.
Yeah, and it's not, bro. They're not expensive. It's a lot of new lawyers, good lawyers out here that's not taxing. They're not, you know, like it's not like what you think it is. Like, of course, if you get like a high profile entertainment lawyer, but I'm sure it's people out there you can get that's new and they hungry and they just, you know, they trying to prove something. And if it's a case to where they can make a percentage of it or they can collect something, they'll do it.
Yeah,
because it's not too much work for them.
But if you're walking into a lawyer and you're like, I'll give you a percentage of this, and they're like, if they work like that and they're like, no, they're telling you a lot about the situation that they perceive that you have on the table. Or they may know about the person. I've come across people that knew about the person that I was in negotiations with. It was like, yo, you're never going to get your money.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you that for a fact. You're never going to get your money from them. And so, yeah.
Hanzu says you need a lawyer before you even have a manager.
That's a fact.
Bro, I don't have a manager. I just got a lawyer.
Me too. You can get a placement without a manager. Easy peasy. But you're going to need somebody to look over contracts and look over your situation. You're going to always need a lawyer. You may never need a manager, but you will always need a lawyer.
Kalani, what up? I ain't seen Kalani in forever. She says, just signed a contract with a lawyer. Shit is a little pricey. It can depend on,
you know,
it could be up there. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I just had good relationships. My lawyers always looked out. Like they were always very
same here. Same here. But I always tried to come in with a situation that it was obviously beneficial to them if it worked out. I never walked in with like I just met this dude and he wanted to do something and I might be able to make some money. It was like always like, here's a label. Here's this artist that you've heard of. This is what I have on the table. Here's the song, or here's the, you know, whatever. Right. And then they always work out. But every lawyer I've ever had is because I came into them with a situation like that and it worked out. And then they just stayed on as my lawyer after that.
Yeah. I've had the same. Well, y'all know one of my lawyers. If y'all went to the Producer Power Summit, y'all met her, Atira. We went to college together. Actually, I knew her before she was even thinking about being a lawyer. You know what I mean? And so she always helps out. That's like my go-to. And then who kind of taught her a lot. She's my lawyer. Initially, she was my first lawyer, and then Atira ended up working for her.
Right.
And so, you know, it was just, to me, it just worked out. And yeah, man, like look into that, man, because if they're getting big records and then you're not getting anything from it, that's potential money that you're missing out. So it's like, will you miss out on paying a lawyer $500, $1,000, or will you miss out on $20,000 because you're not saying anything or doing anything about it? You know what I mean? That's the way I'm looking at it. Like I'd rather have my stuff together and figure it out and pay a little bit for the expert advice than to just miss out completely.
Facts. I think I got my current lawyer from a deal I was trying to do with Akai. Which is
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so that's how I got my current lawyer, which is a transition into. If you didn't catch it last week, I did a live with Andy from Akai. Yes, young Andy, the Talk Box Mac is what we call him. I did a cool live with him. We talked. First of all, I just want to shout out Andy because not only did we start at 7 p.m. my time, which was about midnight his time, he stayed on for 3 hours.
Oh, y'all was going.
Yeah, talked about everything Mpc and Akai that you could think of. We also talked about if the Mpc Swing myth is a real myth or if it's a thing.
What was the answer to that? I missed that part.
The answer was, since I don't have it chopped up already, I'll give the answer here.
Okay. Yeah.
The answer was it's a myth. Like I thought. So I'm looking a little deeper into it, but I can somewhat concur that after a certain MPC, the MPC quantized mythical swing, it is definitely a myth because I've done comparisons where I've taken a hi-hat or something and made a 16th note joint and then made a MIDI file out of it and imported into A1 and put it over a regular 16 MIDI. You know what I mean? Like it's so close, like you can't really tell. It's not even really a swing. But that was the oldest MPC I've ever done it with was an MPC 2000. And I'm thinking all the MPCs prior to that might have had a swing, like a 3000, a 60, a 62, or I don't know what else came. Nothing came before that. I'm thinking those might have a swing. I did the same thing with ASR. ASR has a type of a swing, but it's more like a glitch. The ASR just really quantized is kind of weird. So the ASR one is a thing. But anyway, Andy said that it's not really a thing. I believe it. It's more so the way your samples will cut. Before you had a waveform, you would do it by ear. So you might have a little bit of space before the sample.
That makes sense.
And it makes stuff swing differently. Yeah. So it's
before. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's before warping and all that shit. Now you can get a sample like super precise, and a lot of things are quantized. And since we sample makers, a lot of sample makers will quantize a lot of stuff. It may not be 100% quantized, but it's on more so than older stuff would be. So now things just sound
on it
super tight. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Super tight, like some WAP.
Yeah, that video.
Yeah, you want to talk about WAP?
Yo, shout out to my boys Ayo and Keys, man. Of course, if y'all haven't, man, we got a kit with those guys. No games.
That's a fact.
Yep. Ayo, I met later, but me and Keys go like way back. You know, Keys was in that polo camp too at one point.
Yeah.
And
you put me onto that though. You told me that.
I met Keys, bro. This is street love. Like back when Lloyd and all that. We back in the day. Back then.
Shout out to Lloyd, man.
Yeah, Big Jasper. Like we met around that time, man. And Keys, Keys' first beats were cold. He was the first person where I heard his first couple beats, and they were incredible. And I was like, bro, how does this happen? But he's a musical guy. Yeah. Man, they just did that new Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion.
WAP.
Video's fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to all those people in there.
The video can be described as very when Nicki did Anaconda type video. It's very along those lines. Uncut. Yeah. It's along those lines. But all in all, I think it's a jam. I think Magic City is currently open, and if you go to Magic City tonight, you'll hear that shit 8 times.
Oh yeah. Shout out to them, man. They killing, bro. Like Ayo and Keys is out here, bro.
Oh, they doing everything. Wait, so you saw the video, right?
Oh yeah.
You see that the extra person in the video? Did you know who that was?
Well, it was a few extra people in there. That's were you talking about the
at the end, the main extra person.
Oh, the Jenner?
Yeah. I was definitely like, who's this chick? I was like, oh, my bad. Because it takes go ahead.
I don't know if you're familiar with Ruby Rose. She's in there.
Yes. I just became familiar with Ruby Rose, yeah.
And then the girl from Fifth, she used to be in Fifth Harmony. She's in there. I did not know that. Yeah, I was confused. I was like, wait, why is she here? But hey, not mad.
Hey, look, so it takes me watching that video to not know who a Jenner is, right? So I'm watching that show. Here comes my wife over my shoulder as I'm watching this raunchy video. Oh no, that's was it Kylie? One of them? That's Kylie Jenner. I was like, oh, my bad. All right, cool. Thanks.
That B&B, I hear you.
But you hear the B&B ringing off. B&B ringing.
The video was amazing, Cat Live, but why was she there? Hey,
I thought the same. I'm not gonna tell you what
it was very awkward. It was awkward.
I said, "Who is this?" And then you could fill in what I said there. It wasn't the B word, but it was a phrase. And then that's when my wife comes up like, "Hey, not sure what Phil Fly and Filthy watching, but that's Kylie Jenner right there." Since you seem perplexed, I was definitely like, "Yo, who that?" Yeah.
Let's see. So am I the only one disappointed with the song? Felt like they could have did better.
I'll answer this in a minute.
I think if I'm looking at a Cardi B and a Meg Thee Stallion song, I'm automatically assuming it's going to be raunchy, over the top. And I feel like if that's what you want, simple, club to the point. And I feel like they delivered on those aspects. It could have. Yeah. I mean, is it possible it could be a better record? That's possible.
No,
but it's more for the shock. I feel like they did what they were going for.
I triple down. No, it couldn't have been better. Listen, first of all, before I get into that, I'm with Kalani. I don't know why she was there at all. They made her such an intricate part of the end of the video.
It was just weird. It was awkward.
I was so confused. I had to ask somebody who that was. And it still didn't make much sense, except for like, oh, it's a Jenner, so her name's big enough to just throw in there randomly. But yeah, I agree. Why was she there? Also, so speaking to the point of they could have did a better song, I don't think so. And not that the song itself couldn't have been better, but it would have just been a different song. When I think of Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, produced by Ayo and Keys, this is exactly song I would hit. It might be 1,000 variations of this type of song, but this song in every single way hit the mark of what I thought this song should be. Cardi did exactly what you thought Cardi was going to do. Meg did exactly what thought she was going to do. Ayo and Keys did what Ayo and Keys was supposed to do. And it like this song to me, like it played out like the best version of itself. Like, this is exactly what I thought the song was going to be.
Young Magic X Jordan. He's did you meet him? Did you meet him?
No, but I know about him.
Oh yeah, he's from the Beacox family tree of all of them niggas is fire.
Yeah, the Waynes of music. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, how is everybody in your family good at music, dog? Like, how does this happen?
Bro, it's sickening. It's really sickening. They make me all you guys make me sick to my stomach. But thank you, man, for being so great. You and the rest of your family.
Yo, Khaled B. I feel like I always want to call him Khaled B. Shout out to him. Hey, he's the one. He got the record with Simba, 2K21, and he was on 2K20.
Oh yeah,
killing it. And didn't he get one of them mixed through?
Yes, yeah. I think the name of the song was Mansa Musa, I believe.
Yeah, bro. I've heard it a bajillion times from playing 2K. Shout out to you, my brother. Congrats.
Shout out for working with somebody in the community. Shout out for being on 2K and the other 2K, and also shout out for using the SoundOracle.net mixer service. Like, man, listen. Oh, you out here, bro. You out here.
You working, dog. I love it, man.
Hey, man, you got
anybody out here grinding, man. I love it. Let's see. Should a placement producer be capable of doing multiple genres or sticking to one genre and be very good at it?
Man, listen. It depends on your personal style. If your personal style is to do more than one type of genre, or you're just ambitious enough to try, then yeah. But if you have one type of style or one niche, like,
nothing wrong with it.
Stick to it. Everything that you're asking just depends on your personal preference. Try new things. Don't force new things. That's how I feel about that. So saying all that to say, if you do one particular style and you're a placement producer and you're like, I might be able to make better gains or more headway if I try different types of styles, then just try them out if you feel so inclined. But don't like force it and feel like I gotta do whatever to try to get more placements, even though I don't like it. So, keep an open mind, but just no square pegs and round holes,
Bro, I feel like me and you both come from the same. All the people that I looked up to, and I assumed that you were kind of the same. They were all like, they were pop producers. They were hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that I really looked up to did everything. So that's always what I wanted to be. You know what I mean? But a lot of these kids are growing up now to where people are like Metro. If someone told me they wanted to be like Metro, I'm like, bro, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Metro isn't known for his pop records, but I get it, bro. Like, he killing. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's what you're into and what your goal is, not necessarily what I mean. It's not like a set rules of this. It's like, yo, like I wanted to make pop records. I want to get, you know what I mean? To me, that's one of my goals. So it's like, cool, I'm gonna do that.
Facts. But you didn't feel like you was forcing yourself to do that. It's something that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I feel more forced to do R&B than anything, which is weird.
Dog, yeah, that's a fact. And I know, like, every camp that I've been a part of, they just did everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just came up under the everything. And like, I have my personal preference of what I like, but I just came up under the everything belt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just make music and press some buttons until shit felt good, and you ran with it in whatever genre it ended up being at the end, or whatever you can define it as. That's kind of what it is. Sometimes it might have been its own type of thing. I'm trying to think of something that became its own type of thing. Something in the polo camp that escapes me right now would have been like, because it's a lot of times in that camp, like we just started doing some stuff and it ended up being just like whatever, like some random like Pussycat Doll song or just something real weird. And yeah, I don't think you should limit yourself, man. Like, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. It's your prerogative. And it ain't no set rules like get placements, do this, and do this. Like, no, it's none of that. It's like, yo, network, get good at music, and hope and pray that something stick. And that's it.
Facts though. Shout out to young David Murder. But listen, man.
It's murder.
Facts. David Murder.
I couldn't help myself.
Nah, that was a good one. But honestly, man, you could do whatever you want to do now. And I think I said this before on the show, but it bears repeating. You could do whatever you want to do now. Like, you can make whatever type of music you want to make. You could target whatever type of artist you want to target. You can listen to whatever type of playlist you want to listen to. Like, you can literally become consumed in your own like little cocoon of this is the type of music that I like to listen to. This is the type of music I like to make. These are the type of artists I like to interact with. You can literally just form your own musical world as far as what your career is doing, what you're doing as a listener, and what you're doing as far as networking. And I just feel like we shouldn't overlook that right now. Like, you can reach out to all types of different artists and subscribe to all types of different platforms. Like, so a lot of times what's top of mind is what's working for other people right now or what's popular. But at the end of the day, what makes you happy is what you're going to stick with the longest.
Right.
So if you could just fuse both of those worlds together, I feel the better off you'll be.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Dog, I don't know if we got anything in the chat, but I also want to go into a common misconception. This may be my unpopular opinion of the day. What's that? let's see if we got anything in the comments first.
Oh, well, I want to shout out Young Ponzu, community fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He dropped an EP.
Oh man,
I gotta check it out. He sent it to me. I just ain't listened to it, but I'm probably gonna listen to it on the bike ride.
Shout out.
So yeah, shout him out for that. And go ahead.
Okay, so my maybe unpopular opinion of the day, and I think I've said this on the show before, and I believe that you echo my sentiments, is that, listen, we all know the saying, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. That is complete bullshit.
That shit is a lie and a half.
Listen, if there was ever a lie I was mad that a motherfucker told me growing up, it was that.
That is a lie.
Listen, I understand like how that whole thing came about, how that saying came about, how people may think that, but walk with me on this one, if you will. If you love something, that's cool. But if now that becomes your job and you have to do it and that is your primary way to make money, it takes on a different feeling. Okay? I'm not saying that you can't love something and still do it for a living, because I do that. I love something and I do it for a living. However, I do notice the change. When I love something, now it's a business. There is a trade-off. There is a super trade-off. Don't let people bamboozle you. There is a trade-off for your love versus what you now have to do all the time. Not saying you can't still love it, not saying you can't still make money off of it, but just know there's going to be a bit of a trade-off. So if you really, because if you really, 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 really love something, I would almost argue don't make that your job, because you'll always love it and you'll always do it as a hobby. But if you try to take it on as a business and it does not work for you, and your family starves and your family dies, worst case scenario, I'm going Oregon Trail on you. Worst case scenario, dysentery
type beats.
You tried your hand at producing and you couldn't make no money, and your family caught dysentery on the trail and they all died. Now you hate producing. You hated it while it was killing your family because you watched them all die while you tried to make money from the stain and wasn't making you no money. So listen, what I'm saying is, and don't get me confused, I'm not trying to dash any dreams here, but goddamn, listen, man, if you love it and you want to keep loving it, do it as a hobby, or make sure you are super damn good at doing it when it's your job, because you can eventually learn to not love it. Listen, I don't know if you've ever, and this is getting a little deeper with the subject. I don't know if you've ever smelled if an animal has ever died in your house or something like that. I had to help my homeboy.
It took a wild turn.
I had to help my homeboy. A whole bunch of like squirrels died in his chimney or some crazy shit. So it's a bad smell. Do not use your favorite air freshener or your favorite oil or something to try to cover up that smell. Number one, it won't work, and then you will eventually hate that scent because every time you smell it, you'll smell the animal with it. That is kind of what I'm saying about doing what you love as your job. It may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm here to tell you that's some real shit. And I know it took a wild turn, but you see how I tied it.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good.
Yeah. So that's all I had to say about that.
No, that's real, bro. I ain't gonna front. I wish I could go back to that before this all, like, I got into the job of it, joy of making music.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, me and Just Be Man with No DJ I would go spend a night at his crib. We'd spend 2-3 days of just making beats, doing nothing else. Wake up, make beats all day, make beats. Go to sleep, wake up, make beats all day. Now I'm like, bro, all right, I'm gonna make beats for 3 hours, and then I'm doing whatever else that's not making a beat.
Yeah, bro.
But it's because I've been doing it so much. This has been my job for so long, bro. I've been making beats for 15 years. I'm not that old, bro. You know what I mean? Like 15 years I've been making beats, and then for a period of time I was making 5 to 6 beats a day, and at the studio Monday through Monday.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it changes how you look at it. I still love it. I still enjoy it. I still get that joy, but you know, then you start looking at, other stuff is, you know, I like this too. Yeah.
Like I now need some stuff to take my mind off of the thing that I love, because the thing that I love is kind of in ways my job now. Yeah. So I'm gonna in a moment of transparency. Sometimes like because like you said, you remember. You and B-Man used to sit 2 days and then make beats and all that type of stuff. I remember those days making a whole bunch of beats every day, and then just, you know, that being the shit. And often I find myself chasing that feeling. It's like a junkie chasing a high. It's a certain feeling that you know how you felt when you stayed up when you was younger, like making beats all night and all that type of stuff. And technically you can still physically do that. You can stay now, you can probably do it as long as you want, but it don't have the same feeling. So I find myself doing things to put me in that zone. And it's just because it's been my job for so long that now to chase the original high of making beats all night and experimenting, you almost got to like do a seance, like take yourself back to that time and
watch some old beat making videos.
Dog, all that shit. I remember that shit. I had to go look at my wife and remember like when we first met. She used to come through and watch me make beats because, you know, it was still around that time. I was just making a ton of fucking beats. Like, dog, I do everything. It's almost like a seance. Like I put on old shit, old type of shit I might have. I go talk to my wife, or I listen to an old song, or just something from then to give me that feeling of when I used to do shit all the time, and it was strictly for the love. So just kind of watch out and just know that you can get that feeling again, but the more it's your job, the less you'll get that feeling the more you do it.
Diego makes a really good point. He says, I never grew to hate making beats. I grew to hate the business and the thieves in the business. He says, but I don't make 20 beats a day. I work till I'm fulfilled, and then I go off and do some other stuff I enjoy. Okay. That is big facts.
Perfect. That's big fact. That is perfect. That is perfect right there. Shout out to Diego Ave, man. That's perfect. Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah, it's not what you were doing. It's like, notice the transition came in when you made it your job. That was the only difference. You're technically doing the same thing. It's just when you made it your job. And Diego summed it up perfectly right there. It's the business.
Because I think the part that people don't understand, when you're doing music for your job, it's a lot of changes you have to make and stuff that you musically might not agree with. It's a lot of times on certain songs where I don't like what the end result is, but I have to be fine with to a certain extent because it's other people involved. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And those start making you, it's like moral like questions that you be like, damn, bro, like I don't want to do this way. I want to do, and so you got to pick between, am I doing this for the love of music or I'm doing this for a job? Which a lot of people have a hard time with, of like picking between those. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's real life, dog. A lot of people do not talk about that.
Yeah. Like, it may be an unpopular opinion, but yeah, every time I see that saying that, I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. Don't fall for that.
Oh yeah.
Or at least know what it really means.
That, and then money don't grow on trees. Like, money is made out of paper. It's literally trees. I was like, I mean, but yeah, no, that's real.
Yeah, that's pretty damn funny. All right, what we got going on in this young chat?
Oh, I saw this on Twitter. This is a question that young Busy asked. Busy works, and I'm paraphrasing, but he was saying, do you still think that location can determine your success? Like,
yes. Okay, go. I think I jumped on that one a little early.
No, but just saying, like, does your location help with your? Do you still think you could, like, if you lived in nowhere, North Dakota? I'm just saying North Dakota because I don't actually know anybody that's from North Dakota. If you lived in the middle of North Dakota in a small town, could you make it successfully without being in a major city?
Now, yes, I feel you can. A few years ago, depending on what your definition of a few is, no. But now, yeah, everything is so internet driven. I mean, think about it now, especially the internet is what it is. It's a pandemic pretty much. So a lot of that in-person shit is kind of on hold anyway, even if you're in a popping city. I feel like those that have mastered the internet, or if you could master one or the other, the physical shit or the internet, I would say master the internet first.
Oh yeah.
Because definitely now with how everybody's networking, everybody kind of hip and know what it is, the internet for sure. You don't have to be in a popping town. You could definitely be in nowhere Alaska, nowhere Antarctica. As long as you got that Wi-Fi popping, you could write your own ticket. You could be whatever you want. Like, location matters less and less each day. When I got here to Atlanta, location still mattered greatly. That was the whole reason for me coming down here. But now, if that was now, nah, not at all. Not at all. So I think location used to matter up until a few years ago. Now it matters less. But don't get it twisted. If you live in a city that is popping like Atlanta, then yeah, it can't hurt you to live here. Right. It's still going to be a benefit, but it's not like the thing that can make or break your career by any means.
See, I'm one of those people. My stance is you could do it online, but you still got to pull up because the relationships online never hit the same. Like, you could talk with somebody and you could get certain stuff done, but people, when you're in the room with somebody, sometimes they'll pull up, they'll listen to stuff. Because when you're just emailing stuff to me, I don't like that. I don't have control of. I don't know how they're playing the music. I don't know what they're listening to. If they're pulling up everything, it's all these little factors that lessen your chances when you're just emailing stuff. So I do agree that you could get a lot of stuff done via the internet, but I'm one of the people, even if you live in, like middle of nowhere, I still would try to pull up in person on occasions. Like, bro, before all this Rona stuff, well, last year doesn't count because I didn't do it last year like that. But I would go to LA maybe every 2 months, get on clockwork. Like, even if I didn't have anything going on, I would just pull up. I would just go out there, go stay, and then just try to find stuff to work. And to me, I would get more stuff done in those couple of weeks being out there than I would get done in 6 months of being in Atlanta. And I'm around the stuff in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So I think, it's the mixture is the to me is the mixture is the good combo. Like, that's how you get super far. And then not necessarily living in a big city means you're going to be popping either. Because I saw somebody they said if you lived in Atlanta, you would be popping. But if you live in Atlanta and you're not going to the networking stuff,
no, you have better opportunities.
The opportunity is better. But if you're not out there like hustling, no matter where you're at, if you're not hustling, you're not going. It's not going to come to you. Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's a super fact. But I will. So I would say you are right. Pulling up and having a in-person connection with somebody will never beat having a virtual connection. But you won't die if you don't have the in-person connection. You can make better with a internet connection to the world than you can with the in-person connection in a city that's not popping.
That's
because even in your example, you went to LA, and that's going to a popping city.
You got to go to where the action is. That's my thing. Like, you can't.
That is key. That is key.
You got to pull up to Atlanta. You got to pull up to LA, New York, somewhere. But you got to go to where the top. And LA is weird. I'm interested to see how that plays out because everybody's leaving. Everybody's moving, dog.
Wait, where's everybody moving to? LA was like the last mecca for music people to move to.
Well, I think what it is this whole Corona stuff, because it's so expensive to live out there, right? But and the reason why people pay to live out there is like, all right, you get the great weather, the atmosphere of seeing all these millions of dollars, so you would pay those higher taxes and this higher cost of living to do all that stuff. Yeah. But now since the Rona and you can't really do all this stuff, it's kind of like, why am I paying 3 times the rent and more taxes to live here when I can't really get that experience? You get what I'm saying? So now, you saw Joe Rogan left LA. The comedy scene, everybody's leaving.
Bro, it's expensive as shit to live in LA, bro.
That's why I didn't stay. I brought my ass right back to Atlanta.
Yeah. I would only do LA like on somebody else's dime, or I'd be out there for a while at a time, but I never paid maybe a handful of times to stay in LA myself because it's so expensive. So salute to everybody that moved out there. And at a certain point, like you said, it was a reason to move out there. It was super popping. Everybody was popping. You would make money out there, but now niggas is like, nah, not really in the studio like that.
Because I mean, I'm sure it'll get back to where it was, but like for me, going to LA, like Atlanta, you go to the mall, you see T.I., you see Jeezy, that's normal. It's like everyday life. I would go to LA and I would go to the studio session and I would see 15 artists that I've never seen together, and they're just all hanging out, and it's like a common thing. They're just, everybody's so close together that the opportunities that you would get would be like, it'd be like unmatched. Like you could never get those opportunities being somewhere else. But the thing is I had groundwork from being around other people and networking and stuff like that. So that helps. So I feel like, no matter if you're doing online, in person, you got to know certain people. You got to be reaching out to people. And I need to do better about my networking. I haven't been on it as much as I used to be. Like, bro, I used to go crazy about the networking. Like, I remember.
I haven't been on it either, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been a lot going on. See, damn, we almost over. I'm like, oh man, we should have a vulnerable episode about shit like this, because this is like some real shit. Right? Like, not being on your networking and all that. But we are about to get kicked off of this joint.
Damn, how much time we got, Shawty?
Dog, we got like 2 minutes.
Ooh.
If that. So listen, real quick, in case you don't know, today Been Trappin' 5 came out. It is the 5th installment in the series that Young Triz and I have been doing for, you guessed it, 5 years. It's the ultimate go-to trap kit every fucking year. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Crazy kicks, crazy snares, just outrageous drums, outrageous melody loops. We got the stems this year. We got a deluxe version, a standard version. We got the stems in the deluxe version. We got MIDI chord progressions in the deluxe version, and we also got 80 MIDI trap hi-hat loops. If you like me, you hate making hi-hat loops for trap. That shit is like the most annoying thing ever. So Been Trapping 5, man, it's out right now. Just hit up SoundOracles.net, hit up the producerkit.com.
Yes,
you can get it in both places. Check it out. If you make something with it, man, tag us. Let us know on social media so we can share it, kind of get your name out there. We promote the kit. Everybody wins. Bong, bong. So with that being said, brother, we are about to be super out of here. You got anything else you want to promote this week?
Been Trapping 5. And appreciate the birthday love, y'all. And catch y'all next week.
For sure, man. It's been another episode of Unquantized Podcast. Once again, Beats Music, Realistic Productions. Be kind and making those clips. We'll see you next week. Later.
Hey. And
right,
hold on, YouTube. I was just he asked one more question. I thought it was good. I was like, let me just answer this. So Omega says, I've been having a problem where I can't finish beats that are already in song structure. So I wound up scratching most of the track and starting over. Then I get burnt out on the track. What can I do to move forward? So he's having problems where he can't finish a beat that's already in a song structure.
Okay, so it's already in a song structure. What is not finished about the beat?
To me, it's one of those situations of you're hearing it unfinished. You're not hearing it with the vocals, so you second guess. That's what to me it sounds like.
Okay, maybe start with putting an acapella over it if you're not doing that already, and that might help you, kind of hone in the structure of it a little bit more and maybe make it complete.
Because when it's already structured, a lot of times what you're doing is you're muting and you're subtle changes. Like if Oracle sends me an idea and it's just like I'm post-production, all I'm doing is like embellishing or taking away for the most part. I'm not going to be doing drastic changes. I'm just like, all right, the vocal's doing this. Let me add something to go with this part. This part needs to speed up. So I'm adding something to add more movement here. But the big issue that I see a lot of producers have is they're not used to hearing beats with vocals on it. And that's the main instrument. That's the number one instrument. You know what I mean? So it's like if you always hear your beats where it's just you're going to overcompensate and you trying to overput stuff and you get frustrated. You know what I mean?
Facts.
See ya.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, he said he donated. Hey, appreciate it. I don't even. I got to figure out how to. You know how to check that? I have no idea.
No, I don't even know if we
thank you,
connected
man.
anything. Okay, appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. So
we got a new project this weekend.
All right, Tony Versati, what up, bro?
Well, Tony Versati, he's one of the first people to purchase Been Trapping 5. Shout out.
Hey, appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. Are we wrapped on the tubes?